Adventure and Bigfoot Show. All right now.
Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to another edition of Noisy's Outdoor Adventure and Bigfoot Show. We're here in western Montana again, outside of Missoula, Montana, to be matter of fact. And as we were traveling through, we got some reports that there might be some Bigfoot sightings in this area here. You know, last year we were here and we went to the Rattlesnake Mountain area and did some searching, and we did find what possibly could be some signs of Bigfoots in the area. So we decided to try a new area today. Payette Canyon, I believe is what it's called, and it's about 9:30 in the morning here, local time, and we're gonna go out here, and as you can see, it's already you could tell that this could quite possibly be where Bigfoots would live. A lot of trees, you know, so we're gonna go out here and we're gonna see what we can find here this morning. Thanks again for joining us, folks. We really appreciate your support and watching our show. I'd like to thank our sponsors, DG Gifts, www.ggifts, Pendleton, Oregon. Also want to thank Jeremy Arno, www.jeremyarno.com, where there are no excuses for the music. And also Bob and Myrna Perry for the GoPro. Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show, and we appreciate your positive comments. Thanks again. Well, folks, what we've discovered here, as you can maybe see in the background, is an old trail, and to most people walking by, that might just mean an old animal trail, you know, something that the deer, maybe ground squirrels, something used, but it quite possibly could be the trail that the Bigfoots in this area use to travel on this mountain. As you can see, it's pretty dense here, you know, a lot of old growth here, some new things popping up, you know, so we're excited, and you know, right now we feel like this quite possibly could be the place where Bigfoots are found in this area, but we're going to keep searching, keep looking around, and see what else we can see. You know, if you've watched our shows you know, I'm pretty fascinated with bears, and this area is also populated with black bears, and you know, sometimes people might get black bears you know, mixed up with a Bigfoot sighting. You know, bears like to stand on their hind 2 feet sometimes and look around, and some people might confuse that with a juvenile Bigfoot. So you know, we want to be safe in this area. Remember, you're in bear area, be bear aware, and you know, be cautious of what you're doing. You know, make a little noise, sing a little song, do a little jig, you know, so the bears, at least the bears, know you're in the area, and the Bigfoots probably already know that you're in the area anyway. They have that, they're that aware of what's going on in their surroundings. So again, folks, thanks for joining us today. Hope you're enjoying today's show. It's beautiful here in Montana. It's always beautiful in Montana. A little smoky today. High is only going to be about 77 degrees, so it's a great day to get out and hike. All right, folks. Thanks again for joining us. You know, a lot of folks would have missed that right there, folks. But that quite possibly could be another Bigfoot trail coming down through here. You know, it's just wide enough for Bigfoot to get through there, come down here onto the main trail or bypass the main trail. But you know, that's the things you got to look for when you're out in Bigfoot country. You know, it's the things that you think might be there, but you're not sure why they're there. So, you know, that right there quite possibly could be the trails that the Bigfoot use. You know, they don't always like using the main road. You know, they like to stay secluded a little bit. So, you know, as I was walking by here, I almost walked past it before I realized, hey, that could be the trail that they use from around these parts. So great find for us, which leads us again to believe that there are quite possibly could be Bigfoots in this area, folks. You know, folks, modern medicine and therapists and science is all starting to catch up to what Native Americans have known for centuries and centuries. Being outdoors does something to your spirit. It does something for your mental health. It helps balance you. The fresh air, nature. Native American tribes have known that for centuries. And now modern medicine and science are catching up, saying get outdoors and do something outside. And I agree, folks, you need to get outside. You know, when you're feeling stressful, feeling like carrying a heavy load, you know, sometimes a walk out in the park, out in the nature, will do wonders for you. So keep that in mind. You know, I'm not saying don't see your therapist and don't see your doctor. You know, you may need those things too. But I'm also saying, you know, just a good old walk outdoors will do wonders for you. And sometimes it's a lot cheaper. All right, folks, again, thanks for joining today's show. Hope you're enjoying it and having a good time here in Montana. Well, folks, I don't know if you can see this behind me right here, but I was walking up through the forest here, and the main road, or the main trail, not road, sorry, but the main trail is probably just about 30 yards downhill from here. But I could imagine a Bigfoot just hunkering down right there, watching the trail. You know, gives good growth, you know, good protection from, you know, from people walking by. Also, if there's rain or something, you know, it's a good spot right there where a Bigfoot could just hunker down, sit down, and watch what's going on in their territory. So again, folks, this is a great find of what we possibly believe is an area where Bigfoots would live. So again, folks, when you get out in this area, be aware, be bear aware, but also be Bigfoot aware. You know, you want to take care of their place, their home, and you know, don't bother them, and most of the time they won't bother you. You know, Bigfoots are pretty friendly, I believe. So again, we're really excited about this here spot and what we believe could be I wouldn't say hideout, but a lookout spot for the local Bigfoots in this area. Well, folks, we've made it up to this far. I think it's probably been about 2.5, maybe 3 miles up to this point here in the wilderness. As you can see, it's very beautiful around here, very pristine. There's not a doubt in my mind that this might quite possibly be the territory of Bigfoots in this area. You know, got to have some self-care, folks. Again, I'm going to say it again, you know, you got to do things to take care of yourself. A lot of great programs out there, a lot of great 12-step programs. You know, this is one of the ones I like to call one of my 12-step programs. I go outdoors, I take 12 steps. If I don't feel better, I take 12 more. And if I don't feel better after that, I take 12 more. So I like to use this as one of my 12-step programs, one of my therapies. You know, you got to have balance in your life, folks, you know, and make sure you keep that self-care, make sure you're taking care of yourself. And one of the ways you can do that, folks, is to get outdoors, get out and see nature. You know, I wouldn't advise doing what we do. A lot of times we come out alone, but that's also therapeutic for us. You know, take somebody with you. You know, be prepared, have some water, maybe a compass, maybe a cell phone, some snacks or something if you got diabetes, so your blood pressure things don't fall. But you know, be prepared when you come out here. Be prepared to have a good time. Be prepared to get back in touch with yourself and learn about who you are, folks. It's awesome again to be out here. It's awesome that you're joining our show. We really appreciate it. Again, we want to say thanks to our sponsors, DG Gifts in Pendleton, Oregon, Jeremy Arno, and Bob and Myrna Perry from Pendleton, Oregon. It's great sponsors. You know, we got our t-shirts here, got the old GoPro. So it's another great day, another great show for you folks. And again, get outside yourself and enjoy the great outdoors yourself. Start your own 12-step program. You know, folks, I just cannot get over the beauty in Montana. It's so beautiful here, so wonderful. All the trees, possibilities of Bigfoots being in the area, black bears in this area, grizzly bears up in Glacier down in Yellowstone. It's just a great place to be, folks, and I invite you to come out here, you know, and spend some time in the great outdoors. Doesn't have to be Montana. It can be your local state, but get outdoors, folks, but also remember, respect the area. You know, Bigfoot still gotta live there when you leave. Bears and squirrels and deer still gotta live there when you leave. You know, so take care of the area, pack it in, pack it out. You know, right now, Montana, Idaho, Oregon are all fighting a lot of wildfires. You know, some are naturally made, you know, but some are man-made because people don't put out the fires, throw out their cigarette butts. You know, folks, that's not good for our environment like that. So be sure to take care of it, you know, and do your part to make sure that you can go back and visit those areas and that the animals in the area, Bigfoots, bears, deer, squirrels, you know, rivers, fish, you know, can still use it and still maintain their habitat. You know, it's very important. So once again, folks, get outdoors and enjoy it. Thanks again. Well, folks, we've come to another end of the Noisy Outdoor Adventure and Bigfoot Show. We had a great time here in this spot looking for signs of the Bigfoot, and we can say without a reasonable doubt that this quite possibly could be home of some Bigfoots. So if you're ever in this area, you might want to stop and check it out yourself. Again, thanks for joining us today, folks. It's wonderful having you on today's show. We really appreciate it. And once again, we want to say thanks to our sponsors, DG Gifts in Pendleton, Oregon, www.dggifts.com. Jeremy Arno, www.jeremyarno.com, where there are no excuses. Jeremy does individual work and group works. He's a motivational speaker. He does team building. He does mediation. So get in contact with him if you ever need his services. He's a great guy to have on your team. And then Bob and Myrna Perry for the GoPro. Once again, folks, get outdoors, enjoy the great outdoors. But remember what Smokey the Bear said, only you can prevent forest fires. And folks, there's a lot of animals that are dependent on this ecosystem, this habitat, and we're asking you to help take care of them, folks. All right, folks, until the next show, we really appreciate it. And make this a part of your 12-step program. Take 12 steps. If you don't feel better, take 12 more. All right, folks, have a good one.
Aaron Noisy's Outdoor Adventure and Bigfoot Show.